All right, we're nearing the end of this project. I've got the billboard. I have a hole drilled through the table. The wires are passed through. They're down underneath. I've got the receiver hooked up. It's connected. Eventually, I'm going to plug my power unit right in here. And I have a diagram, which was my rough diagram. So I just have to follow this now underneath the table. So let me pause this and climb back under there. You might hear a little moaning. All right, thanks to my theatrical lights that I ran all around underneath this table, I'll just quickly show you. There's all the other wires. I thought I was doing a good job of making it all neat, but honestly, this is how it's turned out after 2 years of hooking everything up down here. That one turned out very nice. That was a railroad crossing from Azatrax. All right, so here we are. This is the light Genie. I mounted the little block to hold everything. I secured just to take the weight off the wire. And we have a resistor plugged into the white wire, and the blue wire is the other one coming out. So these are the two. These are the two that are coming off of the receiver. I'm only using one of 5 ports. I'm using port 2. Port 2 is the one that I have the 2 whites and the blue plugged into. And the other white, you can see it's up here. I'm pointing to it. I just taped it out of the way. I'm not using it yet. I may eventually. But for right now, I didn't need it. I only need 1 white and 1 blue. All right, so I'm going to start making my connections. And basically, I just bought a bunch of these. Very inexpensive. I could secure them. I think for now, I'm just going to connect them and get this thing set up and test it out. Hang on. Okay, so I managed to make it. It wasn't hard at all. It didn't take me but a couple minutes. And bottom line is, I'll neaten this up later. I just want to make sure. It's pretty simple. 3 sets of wires. As long as you observe polarity and you follow your circuit in your diagram that you've mapped out. And I tested it up on the bench, so I know it works. And now it's just a matter of not making a mistake. I'm going to climb back up, plug it in, test it out. Hang in there. All right, so the big moment of truth is here. I'm going to plug it in. And as my grandson always says, Grandpa, let's turn the lights out. So we'll give it a try. Let me just go around and turn off the rest of the lights. You can see I've got a lumber yard over here. We have a firehouse, a lumber yard. We've got a bakery. There's an electrical supply house. We have a custom cabinet shop. We've got a train station. We have the walk overpass here, the Denali walk overpass, because the underlying theme here for this whole project was Alaska Railroad, which is why we have that up here. And remember, back in the very first video, I talked about the touch toggles. Those are great. They really work really well. One more light to turn off. Jordan usually pops up through this hatch here. I'll just give you a peek. That's his platform. He's 4 years old. He climbs under there. And I tell him, don't touch the wires. He's great. He really is. I love him. All right, one more light to turn off. Okay, so this is like our normal mode in the evening. And, look at that. Look at that. Success. Okay, so not super duper bright, but that's okay. I might wind up removing that resistor. And what I can do, let me just turn the lights on one more time, just to show you. Okay, so what I did was I laid some of the other different billboards that I'm going to swap out over a period of time. There's my grandson. This is the Chattanooga event. I'm heading there late July into early August for the NMRA convention. Okay, so let's get over here. All right, so I'm just going to do this one more time. I'm going to turn the lights out. I just wanted you to see that's what it would look like. Okay. And then the bottom line is, if I push the up and down arrow at the same time, it turns off. And if I hit, I'll do it from farther away so you can see it. If I hit the, here it is, my thumb's on it, the number 2 wire, the number 2 button, from a distance, I'm good for 90 feet. And there it is, that's what you'll get. So, I guess I'll start off with the NMRA. I'll have to tape it up there, or maybe I'll hot glue it in place. I don't know, we'll see. That's it. That's what we've got. Okay. Okay, so here's some of my reflections. The first thing is the designer who shared out these 3D printable, Prusa printable files did such an excellent job. It really is so legitimate. It might be hard to see. Here, I have a flashlight here. But what he even did was he gave a channel on the back, and what I wound up doing was taking black electrical tape and just sort of routing those wires into the channel and back down through a little, it's a straw. I just drilled a hole, made it look like it was a big fat conduit, and sent that down through the table. So the Light Genie itself, this is a fantastic piece of equipment as far as I'm concerned. Not for nothing, but I can get under here now and modify this. I have 4 more ports, 4 more zones that I can mess around with. But it's exponential because each of those can be, I can put a great number of LEDs, and very likely one of the next thing is I'm going to get more light down on this end of the layout with some city lights or street lights, and just add another area of that. Now, if I want, I can add another railroad crossing. If I want, I could add a traffic intersection. I could add a small light, perhaps up here on Denali, a blinking light. I could get a red lamp. I could get an amber lamp. I could make it look like there's a little fire going on. It could be flickering. You can have it dim. You can have it really bright. All different amounts of different effects. I think there's 20 effects for each zone that you can achieve. And it's an exponential amount of fun by adding in the lights and all the other features. So I'm only scratching the surface here, but I just wanted to give you a quick little walk around here on this layout, just so you have a sense of what I'm trying to accomplish. You know, I think it's going to be a lot of fun to add to this. I don't care, because now I can run a 12-foot wire and bring a wire all the way over here from under the table. That's not hard. I have different holes underneath the table that I punch through. I have 5 of them at every location. This is the logic rail module for the triple light. And when I was at Amherst 2 Januaries ago, I invested in that, and that works really well. But I'm just going to continue adding more lighting and more features that can work with the Light Genie, and I'll probably push out more videos over a period of time just to give you a sense of what you can do with it. But I'm thrilled to death with it. It's a lot of fun. My main thing is, when you first get it and you open it up and you read everything, it's overwhelming. Don't get me wrong, like, you know, until you digest it and sit down. But I think the best thing that I did was this. Going back to old school, sit down with a piece of paper and pencil and map it out with a circuit. It's just like I followed the instructions on the back of the LEDs. It was a small little diagram. And I think if I had found that first, I might have, just gone after that. But all things considered, I can see where some people maybe see this as something that's overwhelming and maybe a challenge, but it really isn't. If you have basic soldering skills, there really is no limit to what you can do with a light Genie. And again, I'm interested in learning more about how I can incorporate it here to add the different aspects of it. And if you take your time, if you read the instructions, you observe polarity, that's the main thing. If you're careful working with everything, the wires are small. It's like anything else. You just have to take your time. Don't be in a rush. You can't have people, right in your back pocket when you're doing all this. I would say in a school setting, it's certainly achievable as a classroom project. I mean, I see a lot of opportunity here for what people could maybe do with it. And again, I'm just going to keep pushing the envelope with it, and I hope that they continue to sell the products and the different LEDs that go with it, all the different colors and different sizes. I hope they expand it, because quite honestly, the smaller ones offer you, for people like us that are doing modeling and HO, offers you a little bit more potential. Okay, so I'm back over here where I started 3 weeks ago, when I started reading the instructions and digesting all of this. It's a 12-volt power supply, 2 amp. Boy, you can just do so many different hobby type things with this. So I'm going to continue pushing the envelope and experimenting with it. This is that little diagram I mentioned. This was on the amber lights, and I'm only using 3 of the 4. It really wasn't that hard once you step back. After you watch and read everything, did a little bit of research, watched some videos. And now this is what I'm left with. These are the additional wires. So I only used zone 2 of 5. So I still have 2 more 3 wires and 2 more 4 wires there for, I guess, traffic signals. Traffic signals and different advanced features, which again I'm going to experiment with. And they really give some good jumpstart ideas. And it's a 2-sided. So again, you go through this whole thing. I think you're going to see that. Again, it seems like a lot in the beginning, but if you take your time, you read the instructions, you use the resistors that they provide, and which I did. I was very cautious. You'll have a great outcome. So that's it. I have to say thank you to MRC for giving me the chance to mess around with it, but I'm really, really tickled to death with how this thing has turned out. All of those light effects are right here, and you can do so much with it. I'm only using 0. I'm just using on and off. And again, I'll fool around with it. I may wind up removing that resistor to see if it turns out to be a little bit brighter for me, but I'm not too disappointed. I like the amber lights, and I'm going to be having some fun changing out the different billboard, designs, whatever it might be, every so often. So thanks for paying attention. I hope it helped you. Reach out to me if you have any questions, and I'll continue to post more videos as I learn more. Thank you, MRC. Take care.